Fantastic Monday. I am sorry that I'm a little bit late. Let's see. All right, making sure that we are going live. So today we're talking about YouTube and how to get leads. Here we go. How to get leads passively as a real estate agent. So we're going to cover everything from beginning to end. So make sure that you stick with me. Now, one quick thing is this is out of focus. That's one thing. A lot better. All right, so one thing, this camera has been acting up on me all day, so my apologies on that. So in the event that this one goes just completely dark or something gets a little bit crazy, then know that I'm going to swap over to our webcam right here, just giving you a different look. So if that happens, we are not going to be interrupted. We're not going to let technology take over and beat us. So that is what's going on. So as you're coming in, just let me know where you're coming from. I really do want to see where everybody is listening in from. Today was a little bit different because I have 11 nieces and nephews, and it doesn't fail that whenever I need to go live, somebody needs an Uber ride. So that's what's happening. That's what's happening. So whenever I go, whenever I'm a little bit late, it's family, which is good. Not complaining. This is one of the big reasons that I left corporate America, and now I'm able to do this. I'm able to go wherever I want, whenever I want, and in moderation, right? It's not really true freedom, if you will, because there's still some responsibilities. But at the end of the day, super thankful that I have this opportunity, regardless. You didn't come here to talk about my family life. You came here to talk about YouTube and how to use it as a real estate agent, how to actually get leads for your business. So that's exactly what we're going to cover. Now, if you can hear me okay, just let me know. I think that it's up and running where it should. So YouTube. Let's quick get into one brief why. Why do you want to get on YouTube? Number one, it's absolutely free. You can upload 1 hour worth of content per year, or you can upload 1 hour worth of content for that entire hour, meaning that you can go on live as much as you want. You can upload as much as you want. It doesn't matter. You have this absolutely free to you. Now, two, there's a ton of traffic here. There's over 2 billion active users every single month. So you compare that against Instagram, which has 1 billion, that's a huge difference. There's so many people here on YouTube, so it's a great opportunity for you to get in front of a lot of people that are actively searching for you. 3, it's an intention-based search. So it's an intention-based search engine where when people come onto YouTube, they're either coming to get entertained or get educated. So those are 2 things, education or entertainment. So those are the 2 reasons that primarily people come to YouTube. So if you're doing the entertainment, well, you know that you have to put the appropriate thumbnail, the title, and everything that comes with it, and also have engaging content. If you're doing education, then same thing. Thumbnail, title, and you're providing content that people want to watch that will benefit them in their business. So one clear example right now, the one that we're going through at the moment, is through YouTube. So we're talking about YouTube and how it's used for real estate agents. So this is an education-based channel. This is an education-based video that will give you information on how to grow your business through YouTube. So there's so many different benefits of using YouTube, but primarily the one that really drew my attention to begin with was its one and done model. Whenever you create a video and upload it to YouTube, you're done. You can go on and create another one and another one and another one. And that video right there continues to get views, continues to get engagement, continues to give you leads at the end of the day. So that's a fantastic way for you to maximize exponentially your efforts. So the video that we're making today, you're going to have access to it a year from now, and a year after that, and the year after that. So very much the same thing for you. So that's what we're going to get into today. But at the end of the day, as we're talking about getting started with YouTube, the number one thing has to be create a channel. You have to create a channel, and you can create a channel with so many different ways, but the easiest way for you to do that is to have a Gmail account and create your channel that way. That way everything is synced up. So in the event that you want to create a Google Ads, run YouTube ads, you would just create a Google Ads account, which everything is going to be synced up. So it makes your life a lot easier. So when it comes to your channel, you absolutely want to create a channel. And there is no limit to the amount of channels that you can have. So you can create a channel for a neighborhood, you can create a channel for buyers, you can create a channel for sellers, you can create a channel for investors. Whatever type of channel that you want to create, you have that ability to do so. Now, just to give you some qualifiers to that, if you're going to create multiple channels, then understand that it does take a good amount of work to maintain all of them in a good way. Meaning you can create a channel for sure one day and then ignore it for 6 months and come back to it later, but you're not going to see it, you're not going to see that much growth. So if you're planning to focus on both buyers and sellers or investors or whatever the case may be, I encourage you to focus on one channel. Yes, you can create multiple ones, but all the benefits just don't outweigh the cons or the downsides to that. So if you're speaking to buyers and sellers, please just use one channel. It's going to help you out tremendously. So when you create your channel, again, it's very important that you understand several things. Number one, whenever you're inviting people to like your YouTube channel, you're gonna put actually, I need to put that one down below. It's because I didn't prep it up here, but whenever you invite people to subscribe to your channel, make sure that you use the auto subscribe. That auto subscribe little code that you add at the end of your channel. So I'll make sure that I link up the video that I talk about that specifically on how to do that here after the live stream. But if I remember the code correctly, it's something to the effect of a question mark and then the word confirmation _1. If I remember it correctly, I believe that's what it ends up being. So there's the camera going out. So we're going to a different camera. So we're going to the webcam now. With the auto subscribe link, that just asks people to automatically subscribe whenever they click on that link. And that's the value of it, right? So whenever you're sharing your YouTube channel with somebody, they're going to be prompted almost like a pop-up to say, hey, do you want to subscribe to this channel? And of course, a lot of people are going to say yes. So you're going to get a lot more people opting into subscribing to your channel than if you don't use if you don't use that link. So that's a huge little tip that you can get there. And then after you get to 100 subscribers, I know we're going to some details here, but I think that's where the value of this particular live stream is going to, that's the value of this particular live stream right now. When you create your YouTube channel, what you want to do is get to 100 subscribers as quickly as possible. And the reason being is because it's awesome to have more and more subscribers, sure. But more importantly than that, you get to create a brand account. Well, let me rephrase that. You get to create a unique URL to your channel. So as an example, your channel is going to be youtube.com/channel/ and then 50 different characters, words, letters, everything thrown in the mix. However, once you get to 100 subscribers, you have the ability of changing that 50 million characters into whatever you want, as long as it hasn't been taken. So you can put Jaime Resendiz, or you can put the top real estate agent, whatever it is that you want to put, as long as it's not taken anywhere, that vanity domain can be reserved for you. So that's the big value of you getting to 100 subscribers as quickly as possible. So again, what we're talking about is youtube.com/channel/ and then that vanity URL, you're able to create that as long as it hasn't been taken. So the most important thing, of course, is getting started. So creating a channel. Warren, good morning. Good morning, Warren, out in California. He's a fantastic agent out of Pleasanton, California. So if you have any referrals, send them out to Warren. He'll get it squared away. All right, so creating your video. That's the next part. You have to create a video. So as we're talking about actually getting some real estate leads, you have to create a video. Now, going a little bit beyond that of how does that even happen, I'll give you the structure. I'll give you the how to create a video and what that looks like. A lot of people, whenever you go to either a CE class or go to a title classes that they have at the title company or any webinar that you attend, they're going to say, get on social media and do video. Okay, that's it. That's all you get. It's like, get on social media and get on video. Well, guess what? That doesn't really help you at all. you've known to do that. You've known to get on social media. You've known to do video. But what are the action items? What are the steps that need to be taken? So that's what really frustrates me about the education space right now. You just get a lot of fluff and puff, and you don't get details on how to do it. So when it comes to creating a video, here's the thing. When it comes to creating a video, I want you to remember the following acronym. So the following acronym is one that I created, I want to say, how long ago was it? Let's see. I don't remember when I created it, but it's BOSSRED, B-O-S-R-E-D, B-O-S-R-E-D. So BOSSRED, if you just remember that, you're going to be in a very good position. So BOSSRED, what does that stand for? B, brainstorming. O, optimizing. S, scripting. R, record. E, edit. D, distribute. So brainstorm, optimize, script, record, edit, and distribute. So we're going to walk through all of them right now, but where a lot of folks end up starting is at the R, so the red part, so R-E-D. So they start recording, do some editing, and then distribute. If you're starting your YouTube journey, if you're starting your video journey from R-E-D, so recording, editing, and distributing, you're behind. You're not going to scale. You're not going to grow as quickly as you want to. And the reason being is because BOS, the reason I do BOS, brainstorm, optimize, and scripting, is because it makes my recording that much more effective. It makes my editing so much easier. It makes my distribution actually make sense. So you'll see what that means in 2 seconds. So brainstorming. When we're talking about brainstorming, what I suggest to you is what the name suggests, brainstorm. So take a couple of minutes and brainstorm different topics. What questions do I get from my clients? You know, they ask a lot about what the option period is and what this check is all about. So that is an idea. That's a video idea right there. They ask a lot about what the timeline is to purchase a home. They ask a lot about what is the title company? What's this escrow thing I keep hearing about? So take stock and take into consideration your clients, what they're asking for. So as you're brainstorming video topic ideas, start thinking what's being asked in the marketplace right now and how can I address this via video. So do I need to physically go to a location and shoot a recording on what how to stage a home as an example, or do I need to make a video similar to this and do a screen share where I walk people through the contract, or do I need to do X, Y, and Z? So this gives you a good idea of what videos to start making. So you're brainstorming. It doesn't start at recording. So you're not sitting in front of the camera for 2 hours trying to figure out what am I going to record about. So this is something that I'll show you. I'll share you the screen right now, so you kind of see what it looks like. Let's see if this is gonna work. Alrighty, so let's go over here to right there. All right, so this is my Trello board. So what you see here on the Trello board is my version of my actual workflow. So you have my brainstorm ideas, the ideas that I've come up with, which as you can see, they're empty. Optimization. So this is that next step. The optimization, let me remove this so you can see it a little bit better. Alrighty. Okay. One second. So, all right, there we go. Just going through all of my little settings there. So this is a little bit different than my normal board. This is my YouTube live streams board. On the left-hand side, again, is brainstorming. That's the first part. O is optimization, so optimizing. This is where I go and search on YouTube to see what should I title my YouTube videos. This way, I know what people are searching for, so it makes my job a lot easier. So as I'm optimizing for the thumbnail, I'm optimizing for the title, I'm optimizing for the description, so I know what it needs to look like. I know what I'm going to talk about in a way. So I'm optimizing the title and the thumbnail primarily. That's what's happening over here. And then when I move on to scripting, scripting is where I figure out what I'm going to say in these videos. So given that this is in the scripting stage, I still need to fill this out. I need to script out these additional videos so I know what's happening. So I know what I need to do at this part. So you can do a full script if you want. You can do bullet points. You can do, basically those are two options. You can do bullet points or you can do scripting. So you can script out the entire thing that you're going to say on a video and then just have a teleprompter so you can read it verbatim, or you can just do some bullet points on what you want to cover and they go from there. All right, so this one's a little bit different because this is a live stream, so this works a little bit differently. So we're gonna neglect this right now. So again, BOS and then R, record. Since this is a little bit different, again, this is going live, there's no editing. So I'm just here at the recording, and this is what you see right now. So when I'm speaking to you right now, just so you see how the sausage is made, these are all the notes that I have. So at this point, I've done enough presentations specifically to YouTube, specifically about real estate agents, that I know what I want to hit. I know the topics that I want to cover. So right now, again, just doing the what's it called, like the fourth wall, where you show the behind the scenes and everything that's going on. Right now we're talking about creating the video. That's what's happening at the moment. So the recording, that's when it happens. In regular life let me backtrack. In regular life, the recording is you speaking into the camera or into the webcam, doing a screen share, going on location, doing all that fun stuff. Now, this one's again a little bit different because the live stream is the actual recording and there's no editing to consider. But when you're out there recording in real life scenarios, you can have your script, have some bullet points on the left-hand side, similar to what you saw on the screen, and then take a few lines that you want to memorize, speak into the camera. If you mess up, who cares? Try it again until you get it right, and then move on to the next point. Because you can just put that file into your editing software, regardless of what it is, whether that's Premiere, whether that's Final Cut Pro, whether that's any other free versions that you can find. It's up to you. So whenever you put it into that editing software, all you do is cut out the bad takes and leave the good ones. That's basically what editing is. You can add some B-roll, which is basically things that go in front of your voice or in front of your music, whatever it is that you're conveying on the screen, and that's how, again, a video is made. It's super simple. You can put images in front of the video right here. You can put a video in front of whatever it is that you're saying. That's how editing works. So let's do a quick recap. B, brainstorm. O, optimize. S, script. R, record. E is edit. And then once you get through with the editing, then you're distributing, which is uploading to YouTube. Because at that point, whenever you upload it to YouTube, you've done all the work. You already know what the thumbnail's going to look like. Ideally, you've already created it. You know what the title's going to be because you did that in the optimizing. You know what you said in that video, so you have a good glimpse of what the description's going to look like. And then you just put a few little things here and there, a few additional links, put some tags, and you're off to the races. All right, so let's see. Yes, the adventure of live broadcasting, right? Right, this is awesome. Jacqueline, welcome. 31-year broker. Hey, awesome. Welcome. Awesome. A lot of awesome, valuable experience. Can you explain that more? Jacqueline, help me out. What part? Sorry, I just looked down here and saw some comments. So I appreciate you engaging. Any questions, bring them on. I just want a little bit more clarity on that, and I'll be happy to explain. That thanks. That explained it for me. Okay, awesome. Well, I'm glad that we got that taken care of. Nick, faithful Nick, man, I see you on a lot of my live streams. I appreciate you. Is there any way you could explain in detail your setup as well? How many cameras, screens, mics, etc.? Yes, so that is something that we're going to talk about in the scaling part right after our video structure, 100%. So remind me. Hey, don't forget to upvote this guy. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate the community. Thank you so much. Cool. All right, so here's what's happening. Let's talk a little bit. If you have any questions about how the video gets made, well, actually, let me bring that. I was gonna save that part, Jacqueline, for scaling, But let's go ahead and go to the video creation process. So let's go ahead and address that part right here. You don't need a camera that is terrible, that doesn't work, like mine. You don't need a webcam. You don't need any of that. You need your cell phone. That's all you need. So all you have to do is put it sideways and start recording. Now, if you want to frame it and get the better cameras, if you have I don't know how many cameras are on here now, 3. If you have the iPhone, then you just frame it and put it on a little tripod. I have thousands of tripods around here, so this is a tiny tripod. I have several more around here just lying around the office. And no, last time I connected this and showed you my view from the cell phone, it crashed everything. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna frame yourself, and that if you want to use the back end of the camera, you're gonna frame yourself. So you're gonna have somebody help you out, and just so you can the distance between the camera, and then you're gonna start speaking. So when it comes to investments that you need to make, you already have the investment, and it's your cell phone. Your cell phone is number one. As you look to scale up and grow your business, as you want to upgrade, let's just say, your studio equipment, the next investment that you need to make is your audio. So you need to have an external microphone that will plug into your camera or into your cell phone so you can speak directly into it. I used to be sponsored by a microphone company, and I used to have a bunch of their microphones, the lapel mics, so lavalier mics right here that you can just pin right here and you're speaking into it, but I just can't find them right now. They're somewhere. So you can pin them right here and you get better audio. Now you could also do your earpods or AirPods, whatever they're called. That's fine as well. But at the end of the day, an external mic is going to help you out a lot more. You just clip it on and you're speaking. You get some really good audio. There's plenty of creators out there that use their cell phones alone and make some high quality video. So start with your camera. As you're looking to level up, the next investment is going to be your microphone. The next investment is going to be your lighting. So right now, your lighting, it can look very different, but at the very beginning, you're just going to sit in front of your window, which has some amazing organic has natural light, right? So it has natural light that you can record into all day long, literally. But that's the downside, that it has to be day. So if you want to record this so it looks the same every single time, you want to get some lights. So I have everything linked down below in the description, so you don't have to guess at this, but you have some external lights. I just noticed this one's not looking at me like it should. So this light over here and this light over here, this is my key light, and then this is I think the backfill light, I believe, is what my good friend that helped me set everything up, Renzo, mentioned. Those are the key words, the key light and then backfill light, I believe. So you have lighting that you can control. So I can turn this up, I can turn this down. The back, it's backlit, so you can with the camera you would probably get it a lot easier, a lot better, but it's acting up on us. But if I just turn this off as an example, it looks a little bit different, doesn't it? Looks a little bit different. Now if I wanted to turn on the sky above, it looks a little bit different. Now let's get the mood back. And there you go. It changes it. With the webcam, it's a little bit difficult because it's not adjusting to that. If my camera was acting the way it was supposed to, it'd be a little bit better. So that's a little bit more about the lighting. And then the last part is get a working camera. That's when you're trying to level up. Get a working camera. That would be my best suggestion for you. All right. Here we go. We have some questions in here. Keep them coming. I appreciate that. All right. Wash hands. All right. What do you do about lighting? So lighting, you can do umbrella lights, which literally has an umbrella. It's in my other studio, but I'm not going to go get it. But you have some that literally look like an umbrella that's in front of a light. That is that diffuses your light so it's not so harsh. Now, these are the word. I'm not a techie guy by the way. So these lights, See if I can bring in another example. Well, let's do this. This is a webcam. So you see a light right there? That's one of those that I can control. I can control the flaps. I can close it if I want, all that stuff. And I have my other one right there, along with my microphone. So this is the external microphone that you can hear into. And I just have this webcam propped on my tripod because I knew that this camera was going to act up. So that's what I'm doing for equipment. So, let's see. So I've bought some equipment, Halo Lights, wanted to try 2 cameras. All right, so for the 2 cameras, I want to address that question. To have the 2 cameras, kind of like what I do, you're going to need several things, so bear with me. If you have truly 2 cameras, which I do, let me show you the one that's acting up right now. This one right here. This is a Canon M50. I don't suggest it at this point because it's being silly on me. And then down there, I have my other camera. But what I want to show you is this right here. This is a switcher. Now, this switcher can put 4 different cameras on here. So you can't see it right now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can change angles whenever I want if my camera back there was connected. I'm just doing some edits to that or adjustments to that. So right now, it's not connected. So I can make that switch. I can make this switcher right here, the ATEM Mini. I can make that switch up on me. Oops, there we go. Yeah, this is great, right? High quality. I can make the switch whenever I want if I have that connected. Now, as you're suggesting, you have 2 cameras, so yeah, you can do 2 angles if you want, and then you just switch from angle to angle. Now, that's one thing if you're going to do 2 cameras. Now, if you have a Mac, I highly, 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 highly suggest that you use a software called Ecamm. This is what you're seeing right here. This is what you're seeing right now. This is how I'm operating. This is how I'm pulling in the chat. This is how I have these little overlays that I can do that and I can do that. Let me change this one over here. Now that we're doing this, I'm changing from camera. So I had these scenes already picked out, but they were on my other camera. So I had, what you just saw me do was on Ecamm, I changed that up because these were different scenes. So this is how I'm being my own producer of my movie at this point, and I'm adjusting on the fly. So this is something that you would probably see a real producer do off camera so they know what's coming up next. For me, I just don't have that luxury right now. But anyway, that's a part of it. So you're gonna have a switcher, whether it's a physical switcher like you see here or a different type of switcher, and then you connect it to something called Ecamm right here. So Ecamm is what's actually being used to broadcast to you. And then with Ecamm, I'm able to switch up. I can share with you my screen. I can go live on Facebook and on YouTube, which is what I'm doing right now. I can put those overlays like you saw at the moment, and then I can do my favorite sound of all. Oh no, I had the microphone, I had the audio down. Here we go, let's try it again. That's my favorite. All right. Cool. So I think that I think we caught that. I think we got that. Let's see if there's any other questions. ATEM Mini. ATEM Mini. That's what it's called. Great behind the scenes of a YouTuber session. Thank you. Thank you. All right. How do you set up simulcast on Facebook and YouTube? Great question. That's through Ecamm. So here's the thing. Ecamm is only for Mac users right now. So if you have a PC, then you have to use OBS. You don't have to. Use OBS. OBS is the OG of doing all that stuff. That's what I used to do whenever I had my PC. But whenever I try to do OBS on the Mac, I just could not for the life of me figure it out. So I ended up going with Ecamm, which is super easy to use. And I actually have a tutorial either coming out tomorrow or it happened last Tuesday. I remember seeing that in my Trello board, but I already did the tutorial. So I need to figure out if I already published it, I'll link it up here. But if I haven't, then you're gonna have to wait till tomorrow where that session, that training session on Ecamm happened. But that's what I used to simulcast in both places, which I don't want to get so into the weeds, but I kind of have to at this point. I'm already in it. So Ecamm, because you can't see it right here, but Ecamm, what it does is it goes to a software called Restream. It is technically Restream.io, and that I have done a tutorial on. Restream.io is what I use to actually do the live stream. So it's not Ecamm, if I'm going to be fair. Ecamm is not really the one that goes out to everything. It is what broadcasts to Restream.io, which is Restream that sends out to wherever I want. So it can go out to Twitch, it can go out to Facebook, it can go out to YouTube, it can go out to LinkedIn, it can go out to wherever that allows me to do some live streams. Right now, the exception right now is Instagram. You're not able to do it on Instagram right now. When it does, we're going to be broadcasting on Instagram, but right now, we are not. All right, so did that get it? Did that get it? I don't use any Apple products. Do you have a video that shows step by step? I just not as tech savvy. I'd be willing to pay you to spend 30 minutes with me to set it up. Jacqueline, I appreciate it. I don't do PC stuff anymore, so I wouldn't be that much of value to you. There are a lot of tutorials that show you how to do that that I learned from. So not from the PC side, but from the Mac side. So on that, unfortunately, I'm going to fail you on that. It's not something I would be able to help you out with. And you don't want me helping you on the tech side. This took a lot of time for me to try to figure out. And for me to try to replicate it somewhere else, it'd be a huge disservice for you. But I appreciate it. All right, so let's get going. I think we got that down. All right, so the video structure. Let's talk about the video structure because this is very important. You want to have a much more organized session than what you're seeing today. Live streams are a little bit different. You go with the flow. You're going to make mistakes. It's going to happen, but hopefully your audience forgives you. And hopefully your audience right now goes to like this video because this is a good one, I feel. Even though a lot of things have gone off the rails, I'm providing as much as I possibly can and advancing you on this YouTube journey as much as I possibly can because at this point, I've made, check this out, 700 videos have been published on YouTube. 700. In fact, this is actually number 700 as I think about it because 699 was the number I saw yesterday. So, woo, congratulations, 700 videos on YouTube. So that's a huge milestone for me. Now, when it comes to the video structure, you can do it many different ways, but I'll just give you one of the most common ways that actually keeps people engaged. First, you're going to have a hook. So that's the first couple of seconds. You're going to let people know what to expect in this video, but you're also going to put something that's going to hook them. So you're going to hook them. Hey, if you stay to the end of this video, or let me backtrack because that would be more of the offer. Let's say you're talking about sellers. You're trying to get some sellers. Hey, do you want to know the top 3 reasons why your home will sell for less than you list? That's the hook. You just provided something. You provide an incentive for people to stick around, and you gave them a little bit of an insight what the video is going to be about. So you're providing them a reason to stick around. So that's the hook. And then you go into a little bit of an intro. You do an intro of who you are, what you're doing, what the channel's about, because this is when people are a little bit more open to at least listening to you. They're not going to be so distracted with what's going on. So just a brief intro. Don't do a 20-second intro or a 30-second intro. So mine's just, hey, Jaime, if we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business and blah, blah, blah. So that's it. So it takes less than 5.5 seconds if I remember correctly. So that's just a brief intro into what the channel's about, inviting people to subscribe right off the bat, and then I get to it. So you have the hook, you have the intro, and then you have a quick summary of what to expect again. So you just broke it up with kind of like a little introduction, a little channel introduction, and video introduction, and then you start talking about the content. So you can do a brief summary of what the content's going to be. These are the top 3 reasons that your home is not going to sell for the price that you listed because of X, Y, and Z, right? So you just provide a little brief intro, another intro, if you will. So a quick summary of what you're about to share, and then you hit them with the 3 points. Boom, boom, boom. And somewhere along the video, you're going to ask for a like. You're going to ask for people to like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever. You can do that throughout the video. It's up to you. At the end, you're going to, if you promise something at the beginning, like if you promised a cheat sheet, if you promised a calculator, if you promised a free evaluation, whatever it happens to be, at the end is when you deliver. So at the end is when you actually say, hey, go email me at X, Y, and Z to get the X, Y, and Z that I promised. So that's how simple it is. And then you just do the outro. So the outro is, it can be you inviting people to check out another video. It can be you just, hey, connect with me on the socials. It can be you, whatever it ends up being. So it's the hook, the intro, a brief summary of what you're going to talk about, actually talk about it, deliver on the goods. If you promised a lead magnet at the beginning of the video, and then you do your outro. That's the structure of the video. Alrighty, let's see. Congrats for your 700 video. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Jacqueline, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. All right, so let's talk about how you scale. Let's talk about scaling, because to get to that 700 video is not simple. It's not simple. So several things that you can do. And the reason that I even created Boss Red, so, you know, as we're talking about creating a video, BOS, RED, so brainstorm, optimize, script, record, edit, and distribute. The whole reason that I even came up with that acronym is because I subscribe to the concept of batching. So batching basically means creating multiple videos in stages. So at this point, what that looks like is trying to at least have 5 videos that I'm going to push through the system. So what you saw on the screen was a live stream. That's a little bit different. But I have another Trello board that gives me an insight on the videos and where they are in their production. So I try to do 5 videos from the beginning to the end. So I have my brainstormed ideas, so ideas that I want to make, and then I move at least 5 over to optimizing, so I can optimize 5 videos at once, and then I go to scripting. So as you saw there, I only put bullet points and then I start talking. I don't do scripts because that just takes too much time, and I'm doing a video per day, so that's not an effective use of my time. Could they come out better? Maybe. I don't know. I'm just not doing that. So you have the scripting. So I script all 5 in one day or in one sitting. Then I record. So recording is something I like to hammer out early on in the day when I have the most energy, when I don't look like I'm tired. So that's when I do the recording. I try to record all 5 and, you know, in one sitting. Often it doesn't happen. Often it's 3 videos and then I'll come back and do the other 2. But at that point, it just makes my production so much cleaner, so much easier. And then editing, I used to edit everything myself, and I used to edit everything, you know, myself in one sitting, or as close to one sitting as I possibly could. But at this point, every time I finish a recording, I upload it to a Google Sheet and send it over to my editors. They're the ones that take over at that point. So they go on and edit, they add the overlays, they add the words on the screen, they add pictures or B-roll, they add all that fun stuff. And then distributing, that's something I still do because I like to optimize my videos to the best of my abilities. So I don't necessarily have my VAs do that. So I do all of this. What I'm sharing, again, as you scale, make multiple videos at once, especially if you're doing on-site videos, because it takes a good amount of work to go on site physically and shoot all this B-roll or shoot all of your takes and everything else. So when you're going on site, especially if you hire a camera crew, get as many videos out as possible. So that's the trick. That's how you start scaling. Now, I already gave you another example on how to scale. Outsource to an editor. If you're doing videos consistently, outsource to an editor. You're going to save so much time. Thumbnail design. So the thumbnail design, as you see them right now, I do not do them myself because I don't have any design skills. So with the thumbnails, what I do is I just put on a spreadsheet 100 thumbnails that I want done. So I forecast that many, and then I hire my preferred thumbnail person. And if you're interested in my thumbnail person, just email me at admin@JaimeResendiz.com, and I'll make sure that one of my admins gets that out to you. But with the thumbnail person, I just send out all of these at once. So he has all the time in the, well, I shouldn't say all the time in the world. He's got about 2 weeks to get everything done. That's typically what the structure of how we work. So I just send him everything at once, and he charges me at once at this point. So everything, he's pretty much got my credit card on file at this point. So I just make as many thumbnails as I possibly can with the help of the designer, of course. So that way I'm not worrying about thumbnail design. That's already done. I'm not worrying about editing. That's already done. Scripting, I still have to do that. Recording, I still have to do that. Of course, I'm going to be on camera or be the person, be the on-air personality. So that's something I really can't outsource if I'm really trying to grow intensely. But that's how you scale. So you're either batching or you're hiring some folks to bring you in, or bringing in some people to help with that outsourcing. How expensive is outsourcing editing? So if you do a talking head video, Nick, like the ones that you see in this channel, they're going to charge you anywhere from 25 to 45 bucks is what you're going to have. Now, if you're interested, what you're going to be charged. If you're interested in the place that I get all my virtual assistants from, then go to JaimeResendiz.com/VA, and it's going to give you my preferred service right there. So again, it's JaimeResendiz.com, so it's just my name, /VA, and it'll direct you to where I get all of my VAs. All right, so the part that you absolutely do not want to miss, the thing that is going to make all of the things that we just talked about, the channel creation, the video structure, the scaling, the thing that's going to move the needle in your business is the thing that I missed for over a year, is the thing that I still see a lot of real estate agents miss consistently. And that is making an offer. If you do not make an offer, then you're not going to get leads. It's just that simple. If you do not make an offer, you're not going to get leads at the level that you expect. So you're still going to, I shouldn't have made an absolute qualifier there, but you're not going to get as many leads. Let's put it that way. If you're getting 2 to 3 leads a month right now in YouTube world, and you've never made an offer in your life, then count yourself lucky and blessed, because that's the power of YouTube. But understand that if you're getting 2 to 3 leads without having made an offer, understand that you're probably missing out on 20. It's that drastic. So every single day, just through YouTube alone, through my videos, I get over 20 leads for free just through my videos. Now, this is, I understand that I'm speaking to on a B2B level, so you real estate agents or real estate professionals or digital marketers, as opposed to home buyers and home sellers, but it should not be any different in your neck of the woods. In fact, I would argue that it's actually easier for the person that you're speaking to, from buyers and sellers, because you have a lot more people to speak to. You have an entire city. I don't have an entire city. I don't have an entire Dallas-Fort Worth to speak to, of 2 million people, however many people live in Dallas. In the metropolitan area, I believe it's like 5 million. I don't have all 5 million. I have about 20,000 agents in this particular neck of the woods. So for you as a real estate agent, I actually see it easier to get more consistent leads than even I do. And that's without even having paid for an ad. So what I mean by making an offer, I mean providing something of value that somebody is going to willingly give you their name, their email, and their phone number, possibly their address as well. So making an offer to the effect of offering them a seller net sheet. So offering them the opportunity of finding out what they can expect to take home after they sell their home. So a seller net sheet. So that's if you're trying to get some sellers. If you're trying to get some buyers, something you can offer them is how much can you afford calculator. So that calculator that shows them how much they can afford. Now, before I get any pushback on that, yes, I understand. I absolutely understand that they can get that information elsewhere. However, you made it extremely convenient for them to go down to the description, go down to the comment section, and give you their contact information because you provided value to them. Zillow didn't do that for them. Redfin didn't do that for them. Some random website that they found online didn't do it. You did. So you are the person that's building trust equity with them. You're the person that they're relating to. You're the person that's making the offer. It's the same thing as, hey, you want to come over for dinner? Well, I mean, who the hell are you? I mean, if you know that person, then yeah, you're more likely to take them up on the offer. But if you never invite them over for dinner, then they're never going to come. It's that simple. Now, here's the thing. You're not going to go around saying, hey, come over to dinner every single time, because that just doesn't work that way. Same thing in your videos. I don't make offers in all of my videos. In these live streams, I very rarely make an offer. I just invite you to go check out different resources that I have available to you, so we don't get mired down in the question that's being asked. So whenever I say make an offer, that means offer them something that has perceived value that people will willingly give you their contact information for. A lot of real estate videos, how they end is, hey, if you're looking to buy or sell, give me a call. Well, guess what? Less than 5% of the people that watch your videos will ever be at that stage, at that point in time. Yeah, it's important that I add that last part. At that point in time, less than 5% of the people are going to be ready, willing, and able to buy at that point in time. So you're speaking to about 5% of the audience if you make that your offer, if you make that your call to action. However, if you invite somebody to to download your how much home can you afford calculator, even if I'm not interested in buying a home today, next week, next month, even next year, I'm interested in that calculator because I want to see what my income can afford me today. So you're not speaking to the 5% at that point. You're speaking to 30, 40% of the audience at that point. So you're expanding your buyer pool. Is this making sense? Alrighty. Let's see. Thanks. Awesome. So that's what we're talking about, making an offer. And again, before anybody feels bad about having 20 videos already made and uploaded on YouTube, don't worry. That happens. If you haven't done the offer yet, it's okay. As I mentioned, I did over a year worth of videos on my other channel that I didn't make an offer. I didn't make an offer for people to click on the landing page down below to download my guide. I didn't invite people to email me for the calculator. I didn't do any of that. So that's a big mistake on my part. So that's something that you absolutely want to take into consideration as you are trying to grow your YouTube channel, for one, because the more engagement, the more comments, the more likes, the more shares, the faster you're going to grow, but also the more leads that you're going to absolutely get. At this point, it's not a question of if YouTube works. It absolutely works. There's been plenty of agents that I personally work with and have coached that prove that model time and time again. So YouTube is working. It's up to you if you want to make it work for you. It's up to you. It's really that simple. So it's not a case of, oh, well, YouTube doesn't work. No, it absolutely works. It's just not working for you. So let's just call a spade a spade. All right, so I can feel myself getting a little bit preachy at this point, so we're going to call that a day. Folks, thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. Normally, it is 9 a.m. Central when I go live. Today was a little bit crazy because I became an Uber driver for my niece who's going to regionals. So she's going to regionals in swimming this weekend. So hopefully next weekend I'm late again, which means that she's going to state. But we'll see. We'll see. Either way, really appreciate you being here. If there's any questions, feel free to drop them down below. This is the best way to connect with me. If there's something a little bit more personalized that needs my attention, so just go ahead and send me a DM on Instagram. Let's connect. If you have any questions along the way, I'm always happy to help out. I'll see you on our next live stream, which is on Friday. Bye.